All right, everybody. Welcome back to Not Financial Advice. My name is Sean. Today is Thursday, February 29th. It's around midday. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about why I am getting fired today, why I don't care, and how my portfolio has reached an all-time high of $72,940. Stay tuned. This will be a fun one. We're going to get into it right after this.
You need to diversify your bonds.
The only problem you're going to have is that you didn't buy more. Because by the time you read about it in the Wall Street Journal, it's already too late.
All right, guys, welcome back. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to talk about some stuff that I haven't really shared with the channel before, but keep it pretty high level, be pretty discreet. But, one thing I haven't mentioned to everyone, very explicitly is I have not been actively working for about 6 months. So I got the YouTube channel started and really started pushing things about around 6 or 7, 5 months ago, while I still was actively working, and I quit. And it just so happened that about 4 weeks later, the market went on one of its like top 10 bull runs of all time. So over the last just about 3 months and a few days here, my portfolio is up 15.29%, and the market is up less than that. So I am just destroying the S&P 500. Let's take a look and see what the S&P 500 has done since I started tracking my portfolio results. Okay. So as far as the job goes, I guess what I'll say is I uh, worked for a company that I'm not going to name, and it was in sales. That's about the finest level of detail that I'm going to get into it. But I had a problem with the quality and price of the product that I sold, the ways in which I was expected to sell it, and who I sold it to. And so very serious moral and ethical concerns about my job, which being an American in 2024, I have the luxury of having moral concerns. So yeah, since I've started this project, really keeping the YouTube channel going, trying to pump it, the S&P 500 has returned 12.03%, yet I have returned 15.3%. So I'm beating the S&P 500 by like 3.5 points or something like that. And I am getting fired today. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. What I would say is that mom got sick as a result of a lifetime of poor choices, and due to the pandemic, I still live at home with my parents. I'm in my mom's basement right now, and mom got sick, and the stress of that was just too much to bear with this feeling of guilt that I had in going to my job every day. So I I went on leave. I'm not going to give it any more details than that, but ultimately I had to take care of my mother, and then I had to just do what I knew was right for me. And so, I've asked you to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm hoping to do here is every day give you a transparent look inside my portfolio, not only on green days like today, but also on the red ones. And today is a big green day because, I actually had this premonition. I woke up about 30 minutes ago. It's about 12:15 in the afternoon, so I slept in, and I had this premonition that the inflation report was going to basically um, be on par with what estimates were. I didn't think it was going to be super great. I didn't think it was going to be super bad. I thought that inflation was going to come in within expectations and the market was going to rally. And I didn't turn on my computer. I didn't look at my TV. I peeked just briefly after I got out of the shower, and just 5 minutes before I started this recording. And in fact, I was correct. And so that was kind of an eerie feeling. But as you can see here, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge logs lowest annual raise since March 2021. That is good for the stock market. It indicates that the Fed can start cutting rates, be it in March, May, June, July, doesn't matter. They'll cut at least once this year, maybe 2 or 3 times. But at this point, the economy is doing well, and good news in the economy is good news in the economy. And my portfolio is just ripping right now at all-time highs, sitting at $72,971. So what is my game plan? I'm getting a tax refund of about $3,000. I'm essentially going to give half of it to my parents and to charity out of respect and love. 1,500 bucks will be the last large chunk of income that I see for some time. Just looking at this, since I've started tracking this, there have not been a lot of contributions. I've been reinvesting dividends, but investing since April of 2021, and then through a whole crash of like 12 to 18 months into 2022 and the first part of 2023, I held my nose and I bought stocks when they were down. And I stopped buying stocks just a few weeks before this rally started. And I'm up $8,100. I'm up $8,100. And I have more money now than I've ever had in my life. But this money doesn't exist to me. This is stock money. So, I rely on the kindness of strangers. I don't go out. I don't buy expensive things. I don't do anything. I work on this YouTube channel, and that's why I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers so much. And the goal here explicitly is to get to 500 subscribers. I'm sitting around 250 or so. Um, I've really had a lot of great engagement in the comments and with watch hours, but I'm going to monetize this YouTube channel. It's going to become my uh, primary revenue stream, with my secondary revenue stream being the dividends I earn. And then I'm going to come up with at least 1 to 3 other revenue streams. And so I've said this before, I will die rich in a suit. And so I am just a regular middle class guy from Iowa, lower middle class growing up. Things got better for my family when my mom married my stepfather, who I call my father, who's a great man. But that's where I'm at. I'm getting fired, and I couldn't care less. Happy about it. So let's take a look at how the portfolio is doing today. I think it's going to get to $73,000. So I'm up $310 today. Top 5 returns in my portfolio. Trulieve Cannabis Corp. One of my biggest conviction holdings. I've been down as much as 80% on this. Right now I'm down, I think, like 45% on this. Don't care. So Trulieve Cannabis Corp is the largest provider of medical cannabis in Florida. Florida probably will go legal this year, maybe, maybe not. They beat earnings. Let's look at that. So they're up 5% today. Um, by the way I found this stock, one of my best friends worked at their dispensary in Florida. So just put your ear to the ground. It's up 200% from its lows. That's kind of cool. So uh, Trulieve beat earnings today. What were their expectations? Obviously, the problem with cannabis stocks is marijuana is a Schedule 1 substance, so they're subject to IRS Tax Rule 280E, so they can't write off any expenses. But this, believe it or not, is one of the more profitable, more tightly run operations, and their growth rates are insane. We're going to look at it for a second here, but they beat earnings per share by 10.3% and revenue by 7.1. So that was actually a loss of 12 cents EPS. This is one of the few speculative stocks that I own. Although they have had free cash flow in the past. And then they beat revenue 7.1% again. They were looking for $2,068, and they got 287 million dollars. So a bigger beat on EPS and a modest beat on revenue. So that's really good. Stock is up 200% from its lows, up 5.61% today. So let's get back here and look at the other gainers and laggards on the portfolio. Scott's Miracle-Gro. I bought this to sort of level out the headiness of my cannabis investments. A third of Scott's Miracle-Gro comes from its arm Hawthorne, which sells hydroponic marijuana growing equipment. It's also a small cap cyclical, a material stock. That sector is doing well. Small caps are doing well. Cannabis stuff is doing well, and so that's up 4.5% today. Green Thumb Industries, actually didn't have the best quarter yesterday, but it looks like they're raising in sympathy with Trulieve cannabis there. Turning Point Brands, another one. So there's a lesson for you. This is why you like my video and subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell post notifications. Picks and shovels. So I bought into pot stocks in 2021 because, oh my God, they're going up so much. Someone's going to legalize marijuana. It's not going to happen right away. We now know, but Turning Point Brands, picks and shovels. They sell zigzag rolling papers and clippered lighters, and they just beat earnings yesterday. Actually, they beat earnings in a pretty big way, up 2.71%, rising on earnings and in sympathy with the cannabis sector. And then lastly, weed and precious metal, picks and shovels. I don't own gold, but I own the companies that mine gold that can pay me a dividend. So that's how I'm living. Let's see where the portfolio is at. All right, $72,941, good for $271 in gains, whatever. Let's look at the bottom 5 decliners. We have Waste Management, a safety stock, down 0.8%. Sam Adams did horribly on their earnings yesterday. They were down 15%. They're down 0.8% today. So that's whatever. Coinbase is down 0.9%. This joint's up like 200% from all-time lows. Kraft Heinz, another safety stock, down 0.9%. Ulta Beauty had just hit all-time highs yesterday or the day before, down 1.8%, but has been on a heck of a run. So let's take a look at one more select stock, and then I wanted to, just encourage you to leave a comment in the comment section below. If there's any feedback you have, any thoughts, anything you want to share with me, any stocks you'd like for me to look at, words of encouragement, or just anything really, go ahead and leave that comment for me in the section below, in the comment section below. I'd look forward to reading that and replying to everyone individually. But let's take a look lastly at Best Buy here. Pretty high conviction holding for me. I got about 1,300 in stock in it. It's up 1.63% today on an earnings beat. So they reported earnings today. Looking right here, they beat on earnings per share by 8.7. They beat on revenue by 0.6%. So expected was 250, earned 272 in earnings per share. Revenue 14.6 billion, expected 14.7 billion reported. So a modest beat with share prices going higher. See if we can see how the stock price chart looks. Looks pretty okay to me. Some nice consolidation, and now we're going to go higher. So let's bring it back here. Things are looking good. I'm doing good. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I appreciate you. I want to ask for your help. I want you to help me get my channel to 500 subscribers. A really good friend of mine said, Sean, I don't want you to ever have to work again. And I'll leave with a funny quote. The reason that Americans aren't socialists is because they view themselves as temporarily inconvenienced millionaires. And that's me. All right. This is Sean, not financial advice. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, turn the bell, post notifications on, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Have a great day.